Hey everyone, welcome back to Yoga with Candise, the yoga channel where we focus on keeping it simple with beginner yoga poses. Today we are focusing on a whole body practice. So find a comfortable seated position and let's begin. Okay, finding a comfortable seated position, either sitting in Sukhasana with your legs crossed, or you could sit on your knees with your seat elevated, maybe on a cushion. Just find that comfortable seated position. Begin to close your eyes. Just taking a couple minutes to arrive on our mat and arrive in our body. Bringing awareness to your breath. So the first couple minutes of our practice, we spend inside without too much focusing on the doing, more just in the being. And if you need to get any wiggles out, then I encourage you to do that. If you want to rotate the shoulders a couple times, do that. Maybe wiggle the fingers or the toes, just so you can feel like you've landed on your mat. And then once you've done that, just bring your full awareness to your breath without changing the breath, just noticing it. Maybe just notice the inhalation, the breath moving through the nostrils, and then the exhalation, the breath moving out through the lips. Maybe you notice where the breath lands. Maybe it lands in the shoulders or in the rib cage. Maybe you're drawing your breath all the way down into your belly. You feel the belly move. And rooting down through your sit bones. So you bring your awareness just to your seat for a moment. Feel the legs and your seat heavy on the mat. And then as you are rooting down, you're extending up through the crown. So you feel the lengthening through the spine. You might feel like somebody's pulling you up by the tips of the ears just to find a little bit more length. And then fluttering open the eyes. Great job. Let's twist to the left, right hand to the left knee. So twisting the spine to the left. Let's twist the other way. Left hand, right knee, right fingertips press into the earth behind and gazing over that right shoulder. Back to center, hands on the ankles. Let's just take a few seated cat-cow, so inhaling forward, exhale back. So just bringing some movement into the spine, noticing if you feel any stickiness in the spine, any areas where it feels maybe a little bit of discomfort. So as the chest comes forward, we're inhaling, and as the spine rounds, it's an exhalation. Inhaling and exhale. And then come to center. Place the hands on the knees, and then sweep the chest along on the floor, and then exhaling, rounding back. These are called Sufi grinds. Inhaling forward, exhale back. Inhaling forward, exhale. One more in this direction. And then come to center, switching directions. So now we're including the hips and the spine. And as you move forward, inhaling, exhaling back, inhale forward, exhale back. And then to center. Good. Let's take this right hand up and dropping it in between the shoulder blades. Left hand comes around and either grabs the tips of the fingers or a strap, if you have a strap, or you can grab the shirt. Next time, just have a strap handy if you need it. And just breathing here. You can feel this in the armpit. And switching, so left hand now rises up and then drops in between the shoulder blades. Right hand reaches around, grabs the left fingertips. And really opening up that left armpit now. Breathing. Breathing fully into the rib cage. Good. And release. Let's take the right hand out in front. Take the left hand, pressing it onto the right fingers. So drawing the fingers back. And then fingertips point down. The hand presses on the top of, the left hand presses on the top of the right hand. And switch hands. So right hand presses into the left fingers, drawing the fingers back. And fingers down. So just waking up the wrists and the hands, getting ready for our sequence. And then rotate the hands in towards one another. And then the other direction. Good. And now drop the left hand to the earth. So the fingertips root down. The right fingers extend towards the sky. And now walk the left fingers away from you and root down through that right sit bone. And the right arm reaches and scoops towards you. So there's a scooping action. You can look down towards the bottom hand or up towards the top hand. And then inhale to rise. Right fingertips now press into the earth. Left hand lengthens towards the sky and then walk the right fingertips away from you, rooting down through the left sit bone. And remember that scooping action of the left arm. So creating length in the side body. Length in the side waist. Opening up the tissues around the rib cage. Maybe taking your gaze to the top hand or towards the mat. And then inhale to rise. Interlace the hands behind the back. Open up across the chest. And fold forward. And keep reaching the hands back. And then inhale to rise. Good. Let's come up onto all fours. So the hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. We've got our tabletop here, so a neutral spine. And then as you inhale, the belly drops and the tail lifts towards the sky. Gaze up. Exhale, round the spine. Chin to chest. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Rounding, pressing the earth away. And then neutral spine. Tuck the toes behind you. So now waking up the feet. Try to get all 10 toes under there. I'm really pressing the hands into the earth to draw the hips back over the heels. Really waking up those feet. And then from here, pressing up into your first down dog. So the hands are shoulder width apart, the feet are hip width apart. And walking your dog out, bending one knee and then the next. Do a couple more. And then come to stillness. Bend the knees, lift the heels high, and then draw the knees to the torso, torso to the knees. And then from here, lengthen the tail towards the sky. Heels are still really high, and then begin to drop the heels down towards the earth. Good, let's do that one more time. Bend the knees a lot. Torso comes towards the legs. You're right up on your tiptoes. And now lengthen the tail towards the sky. Heels stay up. And now drop the heels towards the floor. Good. And walk the feet to meet the hands. Coming into a forward fold. Have the feet hip width apart. So the feet are hip width apart, or could even be a little bit wider. Could be as wide as your mat. Just notice what feels best for you today. My feet are a little bit wider than hip width today. And then grab opposite elbows, release the crown of the head towards the floor, and just sway side to side. Shaking the head yes, shake the head no. Releasing any tension in the neck, shoulders. Good. To release the fingertips now towards the floor. Then walk the hands up to the quads, coming into your tabletop here. So now you've got a flat back and the hands are pressing into the quads, and now draw the shoulders away. Take a breath here, draw the low belly in, and then walk the hands back to the earth. Now walk the hands up to the knees. And you're now on your tabletop. And from here, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Draw the chin in so you feel the length in the back of the neck. And now walk the hands back to the earth. And now walk the hands to the shins. And now pressing the hands into the shins, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Then walk the hands back down to the earth. Plant the hands shoulder width apart, fingers are spread wide. And have your knees nice and bent here. And then step the feet back into your down dog. And walking your dog out. And then release the knees down to the earth. Press the sit bones back so they're over the heels, and then press through the legs to lift up into your down dog. Release the knees down, sit bones back, press through the legs, down dog. One more, knees down, hips back, and then press through the legs, down dog. Good. And now we're going to take the right heel towards the sky and step the foot to meet the right hand. So your foot is on the inner edge of the right hand. Drop the back knee down to the mat, untuck the toes, and just press the hips towards the front of the mat. So you're up on your fingertips. Just noticing what you're feeling in the hips, the hip flexors. Good. And now pressing the fingers into the mat, and you're drawing the hips back. Hips forward. And hips back. Good. One more time. Hips forward. And back. And then come back into neutral, so the knee is over the ankle. And now we're going to sweep the arms up. And you can sink into the hips a little bit here. Go as deep as feels right for you today. And we're going to take a twist. Take the hands down into prayer. Fingertips are pressing together, twisting to the right. And then the left elbow comes to the right knee. And back to center. Release the left hand underneath the left shoulder. Sweep the right arm up. And then release the right hand down to the mat. Tuck the back toes and step the right foot back. Good. Walk the dog out. Come to stillness. Left heel now sweeps towards the sky. Step the foot forward. You might need to take a couple steps to get here, so the knee's tracking over the ankle. Lower the right knee down, untuck the toes. Good. Fingertips are pressing into the mat, and just drop the hips forward. And really breathing in to the hips, into the hip flexors. Recognizing if one side feels different than the other. I know it does for me. And then draw the hips back. And forward. Always allow the movement to follow the breath. Exhale, hips back. Inhaling forward. Exhale, last time. And inhale. come into neutral, so then now the knees right over the ankle. Finding that stability of the legs, the feet pressing into the earth, and then sweep the arms up. Lifting up through the chest. Hands to heart center. Twist to the left. Right elbow, left knee. Press the right elbow into the knee so you find length across the collarbone. Good. And then release the right hand underneath the right shoulder. Sweep the left arm up. And left hand back to the earth. Tuck the back toes. Step the foot back into your down dog. Walking the dog out from here. Good. And then step the feet 3 inches back. So now your down dog is going to allow you to come into a plank. So you have a longer distance between the hands and the feet. And now drop the knees down, untuck the toes, and now coming forward with the chest as you lower all the way down. Good. Okay, from here, so now the hands are just below the armpit. Press into the top of the feet. Pull the belly button off the floor. And now come into baby cobra, pressing. You're going to press through the hands. Feel the engagement of the muscles in the back. Keep the low belly drawing in, and then lowering down. Let's do that 2 more times. So draw the low belly off the floor, and then baby cobra. And release. 1 more. Draw the low belly in. Inhale. And exhale, release. Tuck the toes. Bring the sit bones back over the heels. And come into tabletop, your neutral spine. Bring the knees as wide as the mat. Big toes touch. And the heels drop back over, the sit bones drop back over the heels. Forehead to the mat, child's pose. And relax the shoulders. Relax everything. Maybe sway the hips side to side. Letting the pelvis drop between the heels. Come to stillness. And walking the hands back towards yourself. Bring the knees together and tuck all 10 toes. And allow the heels to press together. So the heels are now in between the sit bones. Extend the right arm out in front. The left arm sweeps underneath for eagle arms, pressing the palms together. Breathing in between the shoulder blades. Release, coming forward. Tap the tops of the feet on the mat. tuck the toes. Keep the heels together. Allow the heels to rest in between sit bones. Get all 10 toes tucked under. This time the left arm extends out in front, right arm sweeps underneath, pressing the palms together, getting a nice stretch in between the shoulder blades. All right, release. Release the hands down, tap the tops of the feet. And come to a seated position with the legs extended out in front. Inhale, sweep the arms up, and then folding forward over the legs. Maybe the hands reach the feet or they're gripping the floor. Just allow the chest to move forward towards the feet. And walk the hands back towards yourself. Sweep the arms up. And again, one more time, folding forward. Sometimes we can go a little bit deeper if we do the pose a second time. And just resting the head and walking the hands back towards yourself. Press the right foot now into the inner left thigh. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, folding forward. And maybe the hands meet the earth. Maybe they grab a hold of the foot. Just ensure that the shoulders aren't hiking up around the ears. And breathing deeply here. Good. Walk the hands back towards yourself. This time take the left leg out to an angle. Right foot is pressing into the inner left thigh. Walk the left hand to the inner left foot. Being here, we're extending the right arm up and overhead. Again, finding length in the right waist. Okay, rising up. Now, the right leg extends out in front to the left foot is pressing into the inner right thigh. Inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale, folding forward. If this is too deep and your shoulders are hiking up around the ears, press the fingertips behind you. And press through that right foot so the foot is active, an active right foot. And then rising. Right leg now comes out to an angle, the left foot to the inner right thigh. And then begin to walk this right hand down towards the right foot. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you extend this left arm up and overhead. reach, maybe you take this right foot. Maybe you take your gaze up to the top hand. And then rising up. Bring the soles of the feet to touch into a diamond shape. Hands are on the ankles. Inhale, and then exhale as you fold towards the feet. So the chest is moving towards the feet. If gripping the ankles doesn't feel good for you, you can take the hands, the fingertips behind you and assist with the folds that way. And then begin to rise. Take the right foot to the outer right hip, left foot to the outer left hip. So the right leg is now, the right knee is stacked on top of the left knee. Good. And then begin to fold forward. Another juicy one for the hips. Breathing deeply here. Relaxing the shoulders. Walk the hands back towards yourself. Switch the cross of the legs. So now the right foot is to the outside of the left hip. Right foot towards the right hip. Knees are stacked. Or they're close to, they don't have to be directly one on top of the other. And then begin to fold forward. And then just relax here for 2 more breaths. Breathe into the hips and into any tension. And then walk the hands back towards yourself. Undo the legs. Let's come lying on our mat. So just reclining back. Heels are towards the sit bones. Fingertips can tickle the heels. Press the low back into the earth. So just notice what that feels like. So press the tail towards the earth, tailbone towards the earth, and then low back into the mat, into the earth. So you're rotating, tilting the pelvis forward and tilting it back, essentially. So as the tailbone tilts towards the earth, the front of the body is opening. As the low back presses into the earth, you feel a little bit more engagement in the front body. The hips are closer to the bottom ribs. And so from here, with the low back pressed into the earth, press into the feet as you lift the hips. And release down. Let's do that 2 more times. Pressing into the earth, pressing the feet into the earth, lift the hips. Press the knees towards the end of your mat and releasing down. So we start with pressing the low back into the earth and then press through the feet to lift up. And releasing down. Good. Draw the knees into the chest. Rock gently side to side. And grab the inside of the feet. Draw the knees towards the armpits for your happy baby. Rock gently side to side on the low back. And come to stillness. Drop the shoulders away. So really pressing the hands into the soles of the feet, drawing the knees down. And then drawing the knees together and extending the feet towards the sky. You can grab a hold of the pant legs if you'd like. Or if you have a strap, you can use a strap around the feet, or you can interlace the hands behind the legs. Just breathing here. Letting all the fluids flow down towards the torso. Nourishing the heart. And then releasing the legs all the way back to the earth. Before Shavasana, let's take the right knee into the chest. And then right arm out to a T. Draw the right knee across the body, knee over to the left, gaze over to the right. And then back to center. Extend the right leg long. Left knee into the chest. Draw it in, give it a squeeze. And now the right hand on the left knee, left arm out to a T. Draw the knee over to the right, gaze over the left shoulder. Back to center. Draw both knees in. Give yourself one last squeeze. And then releasing the legs long. Taking your Shavasana, allowing this sequence to integrate into the body, allowing the poses to just settle into your body. And relaxing the toes and the fingers. Relaxing the face. Relaxing the tongue and the mouth. So take as long as you need in Shavasana. Enjoy this time of relaxation. And thank you for sharing your breath and your time with me. Hope to see you again next time. Bye for now.